Siri has been embarrassingly bad for years. We all know it. You ask a simple question, and she either misunderstands or gives you a web search result. Apple spent billions trying to fix it. Apple just admitted they can't do it alone. They're handing Siri's brain over to their biggest rival, Google. And Google's Alphabet just became a $4 trillion company because of it. In the next few minutes, I'm breaking down the 5 things everyone's missing about this deal, and trust me, point number 2 is going to completely change how you think about the AI race. Let's talk about what's actually happening under the hood. Google Gemini isn't just another chatbot, it's Google's most advanced AI model, built to compete directly with ChatGPT and Claude. And now, it's becoming the engine that powers Siri's responses. Think about this, Gemini can understand context across multiple conversations, generate creative content, analyze images, write code. And most importantly, actually understand what you're asking. It's multimodal, meaning it processes text, images, audio, and video simultaneously. Siri's old technology. It could barely process your voice command without sending you to Safari. Here's what this means practically. Instead of Siri saying, "Here's what I found on the web," you'll get actual intelligent responses. Ask Siri to help plan a trip. Gemini can analyze your calendar, suggest destinations, book flights, and create an itinerary, all in one conversation. Need help with homework? It can explain concepts step by step. Want recipe suggestions? It can see through your camera and suggest meals. This is Apple essentially admitting that OpenAI and Google have lapped them in AI development. Apple spent years trying to build their own large language model, and they failed. So instead of falling further behind, they're licensing the technology from their competitor. It's unprecedented, but the technology is actually the smallest part of this story. Because what this deal really reveals is way bigger than just a better Siri. This partnership creates the most powerful AI distribution network in human history. Think about the numbers. Apple has over 2 billion active devices worldwide. Google already processes over 8 billion searches per day. Now combine them. When this deal was announced, Alphabet's market cap jumped to $4 trillion. Wall Street understands what most people don't. This isn't just a partnership, it's an AI distribution monopoly in the making. What's actually happening is that Apple and Google are building an unbeatable moat around AI assistants. Every other company, Amazon with Alexa, Microsoft with Cortana, they're all being shut out. Because once billions of people get used to actually intelligent Siri powered by Gemini, why would anyone switch to anything else? This deal essentially ends the AI assistant race. Now, I know what you're thinking. What about privacy? What about your data? And that leads us to the uncomfortable truth nobody's talking about. For years, Apple's entire marketing strategy has been, what happens on your iPhone stays on your iPhone. Privacy is literally their brand. They've run Super Bowl commercials about it. And now they're partnering with the company that makes money by collecting and analyzing your data. Here's how this works technically. When you ask Siri a question, that request is processed through Apple's servers first. But now, for any complex queries, Apple has to send the data to Google's Gemini servers to generate a response. To give you personalized responses, Gemini needs context. Your location, your habits, your preferences. The more it knows about you, the better it works. There's a fundamental conflict here between privacy and functionality. According to the joint statement, Apple is implementing private cloud compute. But the most powerful AI features require cloud processing. There's a hardware angle here too. Apple's neural engine is powerful, but it's been underutilized. By running Gemini nano models directly on the iPhone's silicon, they can achieve near zero latency for basic tasks. But for the heavy lifting, writing code, analyzing complex legal documents, that's going to the Google Cloud. This hybrid approach is smart, but it blurs the lines of where your phone ends and Google's servers begin. Amazon must be having an absolute meltdown right now. They've invested billions in Alexa. Microsoft tried to compete with Cortana and basically gave up. Think about the math. Between iOS and Android, that's 99% of the smartphone market. Apple controls iOS completely. Google controls Android completely. You might think OpenAI is safe because they have ChatGPT. But even OpenAI should be worried. Apple was reportedly in talks with OpenAI first. They chose Google instead. Why? Distribution and integration. Google can integrate Gemini directly into the iPhone's operating system in ways OpenAI never could. In technology, second best with infinite distribution beats best without it. This deal doesn't just hurt the current competition, it prevents future competition from even starting. So let's bring this full circle and talk about the actual deal details. This isn't just a licensing deal. It's a strategic partnership with implications for the next decade. Here's what Apple gets: immediate access to world-class AI without having to spend the $100 billion to build it. They get to save face by revamping Siri. Here's what Google gets: they get default status on every Apple device. Every interaction trains the model. Apple is basically handing Google the largest AI training dataset in the world. There's one more victim in this deal: the open internet. For 20 years, Google's mission was to organize the world's information. But an AI-first interface doesn't send you to websites. It answers you directly. This deal accelerates the death of the open web. Why visit a publisher's site when Siri Gemini gives you the answer instantly? Content creators, journalists, bloggers, their traffic is about to fall off a cliff. The real genius of this deal: both companies get exactly what they need to prevent regulation. If they're partners, antitrust lawsuits become way more complicated. And think beyond the phone. This deal secures Google's dominance in the next frontier: ambient computing. CarPlay, HomePod, the Vision Pro, they all rely on Siri. By upgrading Siri, Google basically becomes the operating system for your entire life, not just your search queries. If you drive a car with CarPlay and have a Nest thermostat, you are living in a Google-Apple hybrid world. So yeah, Siri is finally getting a brain. But what we're really witnessing is the formation of an AI superpower that nobody can compete with. The AI race isn't over, it just got redefined. Don't let your digital life get controlled without you knowing. Hit subscribe if you want more breakdowns like this. See you on the next one.